On September 22nd, 2025, a monster emerged from the Pacific. Super Typhoon Ragasa, known as Nando in the Philippines, slammed into the Babuyan and Batanes Islands. It was a T-7 beast, killing dozens and leaving a trail of destruction across the northern Philippines, southern Taiwan, and China's Guangdong province. The story of this super typhoon begins days earlier. On the evening of September 18th, a cluster of thunderstorms organized itself. About 1,200 kilometers east of Luzon, a tropical depression was born. For the next 36 hours, the system moved west-northwest. It gathered strength steadily. By Saturday morning, September 20th, it had intensified into a T4 typhoon. Sustained winds now reach 120 kilometers per hour. Aggressive warnings were issued across the northern Philippines, and for good reason. Over the weekend, Ragasa began to intensify at an unprecedented rate. In just 36 hours, it exploded into a T7 super typhoon. Its sustained winds skyrocketed to 269 kilometers per hour. Gusts reached a terrifying 324 kilometers per hour. The air pressure at its core plummeted to a crushing 910 millibars. At the peak of its power on September 22nd, Ragasa struck the Babuyan and Batanes Islands with full force. Wind gusts hit 295 kilometers per hour. Thousands had evacuated to shelters, aware of the extreme danger. Despite these efforts, 10 people lost their lives. 7 of them were fishermen whose boat capsized in the enormous waves. Later that day, Ragasa's outer bands lashed Taiwan. The storm brought devastating floods and damaging winds, claiming another 14 lives. In total, nearly 700,000 people were affected across Taiwan and the Philippines. 25,000 sought safety in emergency shelters. But Ragasa was far from finished. Its next target was the Chinese province of Guangdong. The storm was massive now, with hurricane-force winds extending 150 kilometers from its core. As it approached, the Chinese government ordered a staggering evacuation, more than 2 million people. High-level typhoon warnings blanketed the coastline. Ragasa finally began to weaken as it neared Hong Kong, dropping to a high-end T5, but it was still devastatingly powerful. The storm roared ashore near Yangjiang in the early evening of September 24th. It had just passed Hong Kong, delivering tsunami-like storm surge and destructive winds. While the core had weakened slightly at landfall, coastal areas to the north were battered by winds nearing 200 kilometers per hour. Gusts as high as 241 kilometers per hour were confirmed. The aftermath was severe. Dozens injured and more than 10,000 trees destroyed. Typhoon Ragasa then tracked inland, quickly weakening into a depression. This storm has been the most severe to lash Asia in recent years, and it stands as the strongest tropical cyclone so far in 2025.